All eyes on Doge. Big run up. To the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big run up. To the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.60. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Hey everybody, Kriss here on a Monday. How's everybody doing today? Look, when I made my video this morning, things were not looking so great and I was feeling kind of negative. You probably saw that in the video, thinking, yeah, we're going to be tipping some more. But now we got Doge defending support, moving back up into the 22s. So we're going to look at that. We're also going to look at other news of the day, let's call it. News of the day. And then, of course, one funny little thing, because I just do this because of how I feel about a particular cryptocurrency, and the news of the day on that just made me chuckle. So I have to share that with you guys just because. So anyway, hey, how's everybody doing here? Doge at 22.4 right now. And that's where we've been since 1 o'clock. So for the past 3 hours, going a little sideways, back over this 22-cent line. And I was going to be on the 30-minute chart. What happened here? There we go. This is where we were during our live stream on Sunday. And we asked the Magic 8 Ball if we should be buying on the dip. Should we be buying on the dip? And the Magic 8 Ball said, yes, definitely. Because what else is the Magic 8 Ball going to say? But buy on the dip. And so our Bruce, you're giving it away, dude. You're giving it away. You know me too well. 21.9, that was the dip. And then when Doge turned around and just took off back over 23 cents, it was like, wow, that Magic 8 Ball's good. That Magic 8 Ball is very good. But what the heck happened last night here to cause that drop? Well, Bitcoin, of course. And that was all about Bitcoin. And the other thing that I predicted during Sunday's live stream, if you guys were here, you know, went into the heat map, I did my analysis, and I targeted 102.650. 102.650, according to that heat map, was all I needed to know to point to where I thought Bitcoin was going to drop to in order to take out leveraged long trades. And what the heck? What do you think happened? Bitcoin hit 107 and then immediately got pushed down. Probably started with some profit taking at 107, and then the market makers took care of the rest. All the way down into the 102s, and especially 102.650, 102.650, to take out that huge leverage trade line that I had identified. And I did tweet about that, or post on X, that line and what happened there. This was what I had identified, and it's exactly what happened. Bitcoin goes up to 107, takes out about a bunch of shorts, and then comes all the way down to take out leveraged longs. If we look at the liquidation heat map over the past 24 hours, over $100 million on Bitcoin and over $100 million on Ethereum, taken out, both the short and the long. So that's what that was about. That's what that was about. Bitcoin early this morning came up over 103, retested support at 102. And now today, everything's moving up. That little retest of 102 took out some new leverage trades that had just opened up and took them out. And Doge is just following. Doge is just following Bitcoin right now. So again, double bottom on Doge at right around 2150 before moving up higher. And now we're at 2250. So what's going on? Bitcoin, bulls and bears get caught off guard as Bitcoin jumps to 106, then falls back to 103. And then it was actually up to 107 and falls to 102.5 is actually what happened. Wiping out long positions and short positions, including Solana and Dogecoin as well. So that's basically it. That's basically what it was. So up and then down and then recover back. Dogecoin finds support after sharp drop. Bulls regain momentum. That's what we got going here. Bulls regain momentum. 2150 was support. Buyers step in. So that's pretty good defense of support, I would say. Pretty good defense of support. Ali says, look, Bitcoin currently trading in overbought territory on the RSI. A potential signal for short-term caution. So with the RSI up at this level, I mean, it's been here before and Bitcoin has traded fine. But there's always the potential of some dips. Sometimes it could take a while. But Bitcoin right now is getting close. It's within like 3% of its all-time high. And if it exceeds its all-time high, goes up higher, we could be looking at a significant move for Bitcoin. But Ali here, he's throwing a little caution at it with this RSI overbought. So, of course, it's us. It's the Ali is like the Kramer of charts, right? So let's go, Ali. Tell us everything's crashing, and then we'll go to the moon, right? And Crypto Rover is like, for altcoins, once nobody expects it anymore, a massive altcoin season will start. We are still in the Bitcoin season. And Bitcoin dominance is still high. But what's going to happen here? Is this going to turn around and we're going to get true alt season? I mean, we had it last November for just a little taste. And of course, that's when Doge went up to 48 cents. So we're looking for Doge to lead the way. That's what I say. Dogecoin to lead the way. Bitcoin Census says daily trend break opportunity on Doge. Doge has been slightly pulling back in a healthy manner, preparing for the next major breakout. The anticipated breakout is expected to happen within the next 7 days, with a retest of the trend line for confirmation. So that's Doge coming up to about 26 cents, coming back down to 24 before moving up over 30 cents and eventually back up into the 40s. That is Bitcoin Census, looking at that breakout. Crypto Basics says, well, according to Jake Wojcicki, No way I'd skip this trade. Chart signals a Dogecoin run to 45 cents on this big bull flag. The pattern started emerging from Dogecoin's rally to 26 cents on May 11th. Prices fluctuating between upper resistance, lower support. So that's 26 down to 21.5. Meanwhile, with the structure getting tighter, the breakout could be imminent here. Galaxy BTC says, may I present you Doge? Yet another case of nobody talks about it until everybody talks about it. Of course, we talk about it, but out there, no one's talking about Dogecoin. And most of the people out there, if they do talk about Dogecoin, they give it a sneer. They're like, ugh, stupid meme coin. But we know the potential that Doge has. And Galaxy nails it on the head. Curious what will be the catalyst this time. Because in 2021, there was a big catalyst. 2017, there was a big catalyst. What is going to be the big catalyst for Dogecoin? Doge Empire says Dogecoin Foundation, MyDoge, Doge OS, House of Doge, XD. No mention of Elon. No mention of Elon Musk. No. This is what's happening this cycle for Doge. And I think the perfect storm is coming this fall for all of this. Patience, patience. Meanwhile, this Doge OS thing, they're building the first app layer built purely for Dogecoin, pure Doge power, much use, very future, made by Sheebs for Sheebs. Try games, try DeFi, mint NFTs, tip friends, all straight from your Dogecoin wallet. And it runs on real Dogecoin. This isn't a wrapped Doge or wrapped anything else, just Doge. And I saw this other thing about there's a possibility that you could make your own meme tokens on this thing and use Dogecoin, the actual Doge, as your gas fee, similar to what Solana is doing over on pump.fun. You may be able to do that with Doge here. Doge actually being used as the gas fee for minting tokens. Kind of interesting. Kind of interesting. So I don't know when this is coming yet, but it's coming. All right. And now Bruce already almost spilled the news. Just this funny thing I saw. Because remember we were talking about XRP and someone was saying, oh, they're having all these meetings. And now it's like, just because they have a meeting doesn't mean anything happens. Brad Garlinghouse can say whatever he wants, but that doesn't mean XRP is being used anywhere or accepted anywhere. And then this came up today, and I just had to laugh. Watcher Guru says, just in, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse says that pro-Bitcoin Senator Cynthia Lummis canceled a meeting with him and won't reschedule. Brad says, I hope you will reconsider and be a leader for all of crypto. I invite you to join me on an X space anytime. And Cynthia Lummis is just going to ignore him. So here's Brad trying to get a meeting with Cynthia Lummis, and she just cancels it. Won't reschedule. I just had to laugh at that. That's just like so XRP. So XRP. What Brad had said before that is, heading to DC to champion sensible pro-crypto legislation around stablecoins and market structure. And I'm very encouraged to see our elected officials look at crypto as it should be, a multi-chain industry. Nope. Lummis cancels the meeting. Done. I just had to laugh. So here we are with Doge, just hanging out, still in a bull flag, still in the bull flag, got rejected at the top. And that's about it. That's about it for Doge. So yes, some big up and down movement here. Great for swing trading if anyone wants to swing trade. Bitcoin as well had some big up and down. And Bitcoin usually doesn't do that much, but again, this was on the backs of taking out the shorts up at 107 and then dumping all the way down to take out the leveraged longs down here. That's what that was about. Dogecoin has defended 21.5 as support. And that goes back quite a ways. Over a week now. Even more. 21.5. That's been around for a while. Since 9th of May. Yeah, what was resistance retested as support and holding. So that's what we got. Let me check in with you guys. What's going on? XRP got rejected. Rejected. Good afternoon, Danny. The Magic 8 Ball. Just having fun, right? Fisher stopping in real quick. Back to work. Catch the replay later. All right. Ali, you want me to share my view on something? MACD weekly crossover. Why is Doge always down? It's not. It goes up and down. Oh, hey, Forks, how are you? Jodito? Good day, Orbison. Yeah, we don't know, Drip, what the ceiling is going to be when this thing does take off. I just ate a gas station cookie. Who's playing with charts again? Tom Crown seems to be very bullish. A close over 106.5 would be huge. Bitcoin's at 105.5 now. Yeah, heading into Bitcoin week next week. Again, I will be at the Bitcoin conference in Las Vegas next week, of which the price of Bitcoin will probably be going down. Michael Saylor bought a bunch of Bitcoin again for Strategy B, what used to be MicroStrategy. BTC has big moves whenever it's overbought. I believe that. Hey, Charlotte. Dino, do you think I could start doing more swing trades with Doge, or should I be patient and hold for a while? That is your call. I am not playing that game, but just be careful because Doge can take off. Got the money for my new car on the account ready for payment sometime this week. Been so tempted to put it all on Doge, but you need a new car. You need the new car. Exactly. If we can create tokens on Doge, it looks like we may be able to. That's a good one, Charlotte. That's a good one. What should Charlotte buy? Doge, new car. There you go. There's your poll. Everybody vote in the poll. Should I buy a car or buy Doge? Yeah, big up and down yesterday. Today's a little quieter. Yesterday would have been a good swing trade, that's for sure. When is the next dip? And then can Doge double over the next few days? Gee, I wonder why you're asking that. Hey, Bones. Yep, that golden cross is happening, I think, on Wednesday for Bitcoin. Indy 500. If Devlin wins, that would be wild. Totally not expecting it. Right. He ain't winning. That's what Ryan says. Hey, Ramon. I feel a huge rip upcoming. Maybe not in the shortest time frame, but soon. Pack your bags. FOMO all in. We're going to rock. Ramon, Charlotte would like that to happen sooner rather than later so she can buy some Doge on a dip, double up, and then sell it and pay for a new car. A-Star, you saw an article about the Trump coin token being the new king of meme coins. Oh, geez. No. This is a binding poll. Charlotte, it's a binding poll. I'm predicting 85% Doge. So right now it's at 65. Okay, Ali, I see your question now. If Bitcoin breaks all-time high in a few days, S&P 500 makes a low high, altcoins will eventually bleed and no alt season? No. Alts will follow. Alts won't bleed. If Bitcoin gets a new high, alts are going up too. Ooh, Becky's, Doge might double your money, Charlotte. But I know you need the car sooner rather than later. Otherwise, you're riding the bus for a while, right? Riding the bus. Doge is going to explode, so you can place a big down payment or even full cash for that car. Weather girl, I voted for the sensible option, but totally understand Charlotte's dilemma. We all want more Dogecoin. Oh, now Doge is at 69%, Charlotte. 69. Devlin could win if he gave a Rockstar TV interview mentioning Dogecoin. Rolling Rob says, only if you have enough to pay cash for that car. But if you're going to have to make payments, no, buy the Doge and then wait until you have enough to buy. The car. Ryan voted car. Imagine me having to explain to my parents why I'm still using public transport for longer. Yes. How do you explain that? Well, they must already know about your obsession with Dogecoin. If you need a new car, then it's the car. Ask the 8-ball. Oh, we got a binding poll here. Javier is still on the ETH leading alt season, and I'm like, it's Doge. Doge is going to lead altcoin season. A binding poll. Krista. That would be you. Can we ask Pax Cat? What does the cat think? Of course. What does the cat think? Dozers want you to take the metro for life. Charlotte is the queen of Doge, Nigel. Doge to the moon. Doug voted for car as well. Going with what we know, fact, you need a car. Yeah. Who is she? The sensible option, of course, is Doge. We're just having fun here, Nigel. Christian has a good point. Car will depreciate. Doge does not. You lose money on your car as soon as you drive it off the lot. No finance. Internet degens deciding your fate, Charlotte. Nino reminds everyone to like the stream. Thank you, everybody. Javier says PaxCat wants Doge. See, Javier knows. Yes, it was Doge that started alt season in 2021. Indeed, it was. Yeah, Nigel, she's the queen of Doge. DC Bundle says, hey, this year alone has provided me over $45,000 this year. And I'm self-taught. And after a few years of bad advice, I finally understood and now am a profitable trader. Congratulations, DC Bundles. Good job. You got to take the meteor until they accept Dogecoin. The Metro, right? How did that get misspelled to meteor? Yeah. Only when you can pay for the car with Dogecoin. Oh. Hey, Charlotte, Red Bull's got a point here. Just find a new sugar daddy, right? Oh. The Doge father needs to make a return, integrate Doge X payments. Is he going to do that? Is he going to do that? Yeah, Christian says, buy a car in the fall. You're welcome. I like to see people making money. I want everyone to make money. Hey, Sean, new to crypto, have heard Doge to the moon the whole time. Has it always been like that over the years? Yes, it has. It's always been like that over the years. Dogecoin to the moon. Years and years of that saying. Ryan has a sugar daddy. Doge. Exactly. The sugar daddy. We need Elon Musk to say something nice and positive about Doge. No, we don't. No. Doge Empire says, Catalyst, Dogecoin Foundation, MyDoge, Doge OS, House of Doge. Now there is the XD thing here, but I don't think that's going to happen for a while, long while. But these other things are happening. They're building catalysts. Everyone like the stream? Thank you, Aesthetic. Reminder, everyone, give a like. Appreciate it. Get more people coming in. Will Doge ever get to the moon? It's one of those things maybe that people just say. And it never really happens. I don't know. Because it depends on what the moon means to you. No, we're anti-loans, anti-banks, Nigel here. Anti-banks. As soon as you get a loan, then you're owing the banks. El compa, hoping to 10x my $5,000 portfolio. I hope we get it. Could we see $1 by fall? Maybe, Orbison. Maybe this fall. Ryan says, maybe fall 2026. Hey, Raul, how are you? Exactly, Charlotte. Don't want to have to borrow. Secondhand car. Javier paid off his car loan thanks to Doge back in December. That was a good time to take care of that. Hey, Vance, how are you? We're doing good. Holding support at 21.5. Now up near 22.5 for Doge. Doing all right. I need to become counselor for crypto investors. Yeah, Nigel, I mean, we talk about wealth building a lot on this channel, and the first step in wealth building is always getting out of debt. Crypto is risky. You don't know what's going to happen, but your debt is sitting there. You got to get out of debt first. That's the first step. And if you're going to borrow money to get a car when you don't have to, you don't do it. You don't do it. You don't want to take on more debt because that debt just sits there. Then you say, oh, but instead you buy Dogecoin. Dogecoin goes up this fall. Then you sell it. And you can pay up. Does that ever happen? Rarely. You don't know what's going to happen. So thank you, DC Bundles, reminding people to hit the likes as well. The opportunity cost of borrowing for a car is losing out on massive Doge gains. True, but what if those massive Doge gains don't come? That's the risk part of it. You don't know what's going to happen. And that loan, that'll just be there hanging over your head. What's up, Blake? Yeah, Dogecoin hanging out again. Thus, Dogecoin defending support, the name of the thumbnail live stream today. Defending support, not dropping lower. I do not make recommendations for buying stock, A-Star. You know that. I just tell you what I'm doing. Megal after hours is now at $1.32. It's getting close to my buy price for my next Megal swing trade. Not exactly stock trading advice, but it's just something fun that I do. So yeah, there's that. We had some dips today. Tesla 341. Coinbase pulled back a little bit. Still up a lot from where it was pre S&P 500 edition. GameStop hanging out just below $28 now. Had a little pullback. Depends on what you're looking for. Most people say, oh, I just want to buy a stock and make quick money. And usually most stocks, there's not quick money to be made. You got to hang on to it a little longer. Last fall, we did some nice swing trading of stocks. But, I mean, Robinhood is way up now, $64. I wouldn't be buying Robinhood now. So, can't say I have any stock recommendations right now. Do you think we've hit or started the bull run? Well, I mean, you could say November was the first, and we look at 2017 a lot as a comparison where we had two big bull runs for Dogecoin, and that November 2024 could have been that first run. Now we're waiting for the second. So that's happened before. Yeah, buying a new car, as soon as you drive it off the lot, it goes down in value. The one thing nice about a new car is typically you get free service for the first 2 or 3 years. You should at least get that. And you know that you're not going to have any major repair bills. Or if you buy a used car, you don't know what's going to happen, right? There's always a risk there. Yeah, you can get a certified used, but there's always disclaimers and so yeah, tough call. The last 2 cars that I bought have been brand new. Just nice knowing that you're not going to have those unexpected costs come up. So I bought a new car a few years ago. It's worth $11,000 more than I paid for it. Wow. I don't think my car is worth more than I paid for it. Although, I mean, the used car market is kind of weird now. I guess if you have the right car, right? Aesthetics got 68,000 Doge at a 23.4 average. You'll be all right, Aesthetic. It's all right. Matt, don't need a new car. You just got to pay off the truck and then the house. That's a great goal, Matt. Get out of debt, pay off the car or the truck in your case, and then the house. And you're set for life financially. You're set for life. What am I holding other than Doge? I've got Bitcoin. I have Peak I have Trump token, my collectibles, my Trump collectibles. Now it's the new king of meme coins, I guess, or something, according to somebody. I still hold a little ETH and a little Litecoin. And then I still have the KrissPax DCA portfolio coins, not all of the Doge, obviously, because I gave most of that away. But yeah, some XRP, Jasmy, Algorand, ETH, Sheeb, Litecoin, Stacks, and Sweet. That's it. That's all I own. Yeah, this portfolio is still way up from where we bought it. That's been good. Yep, Doge is just tracing Bitcoin now. Until Doge gets its own catalyst, it's just going to follow Bitcoin. When price goes up, Doge will outperform Bitcoin by a little bit, and price goes down, Bitcoin will do better than Doge on the retraces. That's the pattern that we've seen. If the crypto is on the exchange, you're too late. Hey, if you're going to go chase those tokens, good luck finding a needle in a haystack. You might hit one and get lucky, but most likely you won't. So good luck with that, Nigel. Right. Safer. You can still make money. You've got security as far as security goes for crypto. But chasing those tokens, low market cap, not on any exchanges yet. So you're just doing the swap thing. You don't know what the next Pepe is going to be or the next Bonk, or you have no idea. It's a 1 in a million game. Pump.fun, too risky. 99% of the people that trade on there lose money. Unless you have the inside scoop on a new coin and you get in before anyone else does. Other than that, you're not going to win. But hey, to each their own. Exactly. Yearly, I'm waiting for Megal to drop below $1.30. Being very patient as it slowly comes down in price. Buy low, sell high. That's the game. Gotta know what to buy and when. Wow. There's your knowledge right there. You gotta know what to buy and when. Whew. Rodrigo, it's still the same. I'm not expecting huge numbers on Doge for May, so my prediction is still in play. Everyone's situation unique. Yep. You bought a brand new Honda Civic and it's now worth more than what you paid for it. You probably fixed it up. What's the word, Charles? We just followed Bitcoin. Bitcoin hit my target price that I identified during the live stream on Sunday because of a lot of open long leverage positions. And so overnight, Bitcoin dropped down and went right down to that level that I identified yesterday. So Bitcoin dropped, Dogecoin, and just about the rest of the crypto market followed. So that's what happened. As Vance says, should have bought brand new, but didn't. The engine blew up, had to put another 10K into it. Yep, that's the risk, buying a used car. I'll never do it again. I did buy a couple of used cars a long time ago, but good night, R, my friend. Maybe not quite $1 when you wake up, unless you're going for a long winter sleep. Chasing shiny objects is a gamble. Yep. Oh, you got free Doge back in the day? No more faucets. Yep. Pi network update, Hassan? I have no idea what's going on with the Pi token. I mean, we can look at the price, but the price has not been good. 73 cents right now. Yeah, this is just, it goes on a big pump and everyone gets excited and then it just sells off. Look at that. It was up to $1.60. Now it's below 80. Lost half its value from the 12th of May to today. In 1 week, it lost half its value. That's crazy. A lot of people don't like to buy cars that were on a lease. But good luck. You had payments when you bought that Honda, then paid it off. The Osmo token. I have no idea what that is. Osmosis, Osmo, 24 cents. It's like this goes on some crazy swings every now and then. This looks like one of those that would probably be good to swing trade. Ooh. Also down a lot from December. Yeah, 75%. That's almost the same as Doge from its high. It's not 95% for osmosis. Hasn't really made much of a move since its April low, though, 21 to 24. So I mean, it's trading on Coinbase. This might actually have a run in it. Who knows? Osmosis. Good luck with it. Here's Doge hanging out in our bull flag. Just hanging out in our bull flag. Yeah, good luck with the osmosis. Hey, if you get it on a dip here, you might be able to make some money on it. Buying a car, worst investment, not financial advice. But hey, if you need a car, buying used is buying someone else's headache. Yep. Yo, Steven. Certified pre-owned is better than new. I don't know. I just like get to a point where it's like I'll pay just a little more and drive it off with no miles. Nobody's driven it before. It's mine. Should I sell or stick with Dogecoin? Well, got flow. You're investing till the end of the year. If you do your research and you see what's happening with Doge, you'll see that there are some great things being built for Doge that are going to be unleashing, so to speak, this year. I have most in Doge, and I'm going to be continuing to buy Dogecoin on dips over the summer, not buying anything else. So, but that's just me. I know, really strange, Nigel, that Ford and Chevy and I mean they import all of these parts and they're an American-made car. I don't get it. Why like over 20% of the parts in an American car are made in another country. I was surprised to hear that when this whole tariff thing came up. I was like, oh, then American-made cars should be fine. Nope, they import parts. I didn't know that. Vance, you're in the same boat as Charlotte. Need Doge to go up to get a new car, but you want more Doge at the same time. What do? Welcome to my world. Yep, exactly. What's up? Let's go Doge. Yep, I bought a Toyota. I have the Toyota RAV4 Sport Edition is what I have. It's not a fancy car, but I've had it for 2.5 years now. And no problems at all. Doing great. Hi, CDC. Demo. Buying the dips over the summer. Yeah, semi-American cars, exactly. You're still into that pirate thing, Corso? Good luck. Richie wants a vintage tractor. One of my college roommates is a big old tractor fan. And yeah, he went into the Air Force, retired from the Air Force after 20 years, and now owns a farm and buys vintage tractors. Enjoying life. Not bad. You were a car mechanic, Nigel? Nice. I mean, there was certainly, with the old cars, and I tell people who want to buy like a 1970s, 1960s car, it's like, I wouldn't do it unless I was a mechanic. Otherwise, you are just paying other people to take care of it for you. 2016 Corolla. I don't know if anyone wants a 2016 Corolla. It's almost 10 years old now. Yep. Dogecoin and Bitcoin. That's it. Still tempted to buy into Bonk again for some reason, but I made a lot of money on Bonk, sold it. Early May, it already went on a nice run. If there's a big pullback, but I'm just like, nah, Dogecoin. Yeah, the Ferrari was just a fun thing to talk about, Boss Mac. Yeah, the car dealers, they play their games. Yep. Yep. Yeah, all the semiconductor electronic parts. I'm sure a lot of those are made overseas. You're on 12 acres. Yeah, that's a big piece of property. You got to take care of it with something. Vintage tractors, awesome. Uh-oh, an RV, Bruce. Ugh. You guys are going to go RVing. We're not going to do that. We're not buying an RV. No. We like flying somewhere and then staying in nice hotels. We're kind of spoiled that way. Yeah, Corolla's got a good engine, durable. No doubt. Lived in Germany. The taxi cars are Mercedes, so much for class. Yeah, the Mercedes used to be class. Not so much anymore. BP, I want to sell my 21 Tacoma to buy more crypto. Have you ever sold something to buy crypto? Yes. I sold a house to buy crypto, BP. That's my story. I sold a house to buy crypto. And a little over 2 years later, bought another house with all the crypto profits. So yes, was that risky? Huge risk. Yes, huge risk. But right after the FTX crash, Bitcoin dropped to 16K, and I was like, got to do it. That was my story. So that's how I ended up with this house. No bank, no mortgage. So yeah, I have sold something to buy crypto. Super risky, yes. The setup was there. Daniel wants 30-cent Doge by the end of May. Driving to Miami tomorrow. Hope you have a nice weather down there. Oh, another Doge is dead fan. Awesome. Thank you, Demo. Appreciate it. Great idea. Find items I own to sell for more money to invest. Yeah. I guess I'm an unk. It's all right. I've been called worse. I've been called much worse. So, Uncle, hey, I'll take it. Oh, Matt, you have to wait till June 1st to get my month of June outlook. I got to keep you guys waiting and make a video, right, of my June price prediction. So, yeah, you got to wait for that. I didn't say 50-cent Doge in June. I do talk about what other people say, and I show a lot of charts. The best thing, Matt, is that when we see Dogecoin go on a big spike, it usually comes down hard. But if it gradually goes up, then there seems to be less risk in it tanking really fast. So we've seen that with Dogecoin. I'm eagerly awaiting the June Dogecoin price prediction. Maybe 28 cents by the end of June? Huh. Interesting. Unk is better than Buddy to Kriss. Yes, I'll take Uncle any day. It's really traveling in. That's the big thing. Is we plan on just taking off for a while because we're both very busy. And anytime we go somewhere, it's only for a few days. And it's just not long enough to really go and enjoy a place. I mean, last year we were in Italy. It was like 5 days, 4 days. And just because I always have to get back to work. And so that's going to be the big thing. It's like going on a long vacation and just enjoying ourselves. Mm-hmm. Yo. I didn't say it was going to 35 cents. I've looked at charts and I've looked at possibilities, but I didn't say that was what was going to happen. And it was probably somebody else's chart because I haven't charted June yet myself. Grandpa. Yes, I've been called that before. Mark my words. Vance, you're sitting on a lot of Star Wars memorabilia. Sell it for Doge. Demo. Got to call them coins, not shares. Coins. Shares is a stock thing. But 110,000 Dogecoin at 0.006. This year going to be priceless. I love that. Yeah, just call them coins. Coins. You sound better. Yeah, as Pump-A-Lot says, same thing. Call them coins. Yeah, I'm sure I said Doge to a million. Yes. Somebody had me say that, and now it'll just haunt me forever. A million? What? Oh, I know. Said we're going to a million. Mark his words. Oh. Exactly. Right. Joshua, thanks for the super chat. Mark my words. Oh my God. Yeah, last Friday, right? Doge was supposed to be at 17 cents. Didn't happen. And then Anthony comes onto the stream yesterday and is giving me a hard time between Dogecoin's price action versus Bitcoin's price action. And it's just like, dude, aren't you the one that said Doge was going to 2 cents? I'm not getting into this whole philosophical discussion with you about Bitcoin versus Dogecoin. I said what I said. I mean what I mean. Whatever. It was like, God, dude. Oh, I'm sure you'll remind me, Charlotte, what else is going to haunt me forever. I think there's a long list by now, isn't there? Yep. Not only the foot, but probably the shrimp too, and not feeding the cat shrimp. That will haunt me as well. If there's more than one person saying it, changes from a rumor to a stocked position. There's a rumor Doge is going to 35 cents in June. Oh, really? Just a rumor. Yep, there's a bull flag right there. The classic bull flag. Doesn't mean it's going to like go up, but that's what people say. So in a bull market, price goes up and then it just kind of wanders a little down and then eventually it's going to break out higher. And we're waiting for that. 28 more realistic. Hi, Raul. How are you? Welcome. How much do you think, or what are your expectations for Doge to rise by the end of the year? I've got a video for you to watch. My 2025 Dogecoin price prediction. That video gives you my outlook. And even now, we're 5 months in, and that video is still pretty much right on, because I still think it's going to be the fall. So watch that video. When's the House of Doge going to announce their CEO? I know, right? It's been 2.5 months now. Still waiting. There was some non-compete thing or something that had to be, I don't know how long that was going to last. They didn't say. But yeah, we're waiting. Just trying to have fun here, DC bundles. But people are people. Chris Kanema, how are you? Yeah, there are people who are spreading lies, don't know the story of what happened. Like, God, that's almost 4 years ago now, and people just don't want to let it go. So whatever. I move on. They're not able to. Whatever. So Jackson says if she's able to still invest each month and not limit herself financially, then she should get the car. Never know how long you have in life. Well, 75% say Doge as I end the poll. Yeah, when I mentioned Bonk a while back, you bought some. Maybe time to get some more. That's one of those other meme coins that, or meme token in Bonk's case, that is probably going to do very well. The 4-hour chart looks like a giant cup and handle. Not really. It's just been lower highs. So no cup yet. For it to be a cup, it would have had to curl up back to and meet a previous high to get to a cup. Yep, vintage tractors. My college roommate was a big John Deere fan. Big John Deere fan. I don't think it's going to drop to 17 cents demo before the next breakout. And what we're talking about here is the support at 21.5 that's pretty strong right now. We did dip on Saturday to about 21.1, which was that mark right there. But it's holding pretty well. And I don't see Bitcoin doing any huge dumps. I mean, if Bitcoin dumped back under 100K down to like 96, then we might see Doge down to like 20 cents, but not 17. And that's what I was telling that guy a week ago. And he was like, oh, Doge will be 17 cents by Friday. Mark my words. So for those of you wondering where mark my words comes from, it was from a live stream about a week ago where someone was so convinced Doge was going to drop to 17 cents, he used the phrase, mark my words. And we've been making fun of it ever since. That's how these live streams go. Mark my words. I know you were saying 85% for Doge. Didn't quite get that high. The whales refused to give me my $2 back. Yes. Do I keep 6 months of expenses in cash on the side? No, I do not. Not 6 months. Because I can always sell crypto if I need. If I needed the cash in an emergency, I'd rather have it working for me in crypto. I've got a chunk that I use sort of as a working liquidity in my bank account, but that's just sort of the monthly ups and downs of paying bills. And I have to save up for every quarter where I do my pre-tax for 2025. So I do that as well. But yeah, it's pretty much all in. But of course, I don't have huge expenses anymore. So I don't have a mortgage. I got a tax bill. I pay for that, for the city taxes. And then it's just Eversource electrical. Got a gas bill for the heat, which is now nothing because it's not using the heat anymore. And the gas stove doesn't use that much gas, so no big payment there. There's internet. That I have a good amount there because I do the streaming and I need reliable internet with files. Yeah, so cable internet and then the phone. That's about it. The rest is like the credit card I pay off every month, and that's just sort of the normal going out to eat, buying groceries, a little bit here, a little bit there. My actual expense, my monthly expenses are not that much anymore. How does the weekly chart look? Joshua asks. What do we have for the weekly chart? Well, there's your cup right there. I guess The weekly has a cup. And now we're doing the handle thing. That's really, that's where it is. Someone said it's the 4-hour chart. No, it's the weekly. There's your cup. Oops. Hard to draw on the weekly. Doesn't give you that nice smooth. I mean, there's your cup right there. Classic cup. Right up to the point where it started. And then, yeah, we're doing this little handle thing here. There's your cup and handle on the weekly. Guess you could probably see it on the daily if you zoom out enough, right? Not as clear because of all the ups and downs. We did have a Sunday green candle on the daily that broke our 7 in a row reds. So now we've got 1 in a row green on Sundays. See if we can get 7 in a row greens now. I like that. Let's do that. You're welcome, Kriss. James, Doge, ADA, Link, MOG, and Bonk. The only one I would question would be MOG, but I mean, sure, you could probably make money on MOG too. Oh. Following me on X. Thank you, New World. I haven't thought more about the mining yet. Right now, all my thoughts are on Bitcoin conference next week. I'll be in Vegas, the Bitcoin conference. And then I got to pay my June tax bill. So probably start thinking about that in July. Thank you, DC Bundles. Let it go, let it go. Toot, toot, toot. Oh, and is our friend Zach still buying bonds? The bond chart just looks terrible. I have 6 months of cash right now, but you didn't when Doge was at 15 cents. Live your life the best you can. Sorry to hear, Doug. Sounds like you're recovering. Or have recovered. Over my dead body. Right. Hearts to all. I bought some Doge earlier in May at 17 cents, and I bought Doge in April at 13 cents. So, yep, continuing to buy some every month. How rich am I if Dogecoin hits $1? Well, just the Doge part of my portfolio would be about $450,000. MOG is up 141% this month. Wow. Hey, if you timed it well, most people don't do that though. Most people FOMO in after it's already gone up 100%. Trump has challenged Walmart to not raise their prices. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Nicholas says Doge will be 40 cents at the end of this month. You just want it like that. Okay. You're just willing it into existence, right? 40-cent Dogecoin. Thank you, boss. Appreciate it. A good dip for BTC next month. Every month there's going to be dips, but is Bitcoin going to be dipping from a new all-time high or staying around this level? That's what we're waiting to see. Smash the like button. Yeah, the Celtics really blew it last week, low roller. Totally blew it. Even with an injured Tatum, they still should have won. But oh well, that's sport. Life goes on. Moving on. Boss Destroyer made some good money on MOG as well. Have I bought yet back into Megal? No, Joshua, I'm being very patient. I'm being very patient with Megal. It hasn't quite hit my price yet. It is now after market at $1.33. And I said it's got to be under $1.30. So it's very slowly gone from $1.60 to $1.50 to $1.40, now $1.33. I'm being patient. I want to buy in the $1.20s. So money is still sitting there with buying power. As much as I was tempted to buy Doge, I'm like, nope, this is the slot of money that I have to do my Megal thing. So I'm waiting patiently for Megal to get into my buy zone. Fisher, you've been buying XRP. Well, Fisher, I got a story for you. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse says pro-Bitcoin Senator Cynthia Lummis canceled a meeting with him and won't reschedule. Brad Garlinghouse thinks he's like, I don't know, Charles Hoskinson, right? Senator Lummis is like, yeah, no, thank you. I'm not meeting with you. Cancel the meeting. Will not reschedule. So do with that what you will about XRP, but yeah, people will watch the Knicks game. If the Knicks get into the finals against Oklahoma City, most likely, there'll be some ratings because it's New York. I mean, Oklahoma City doesn't have hardly any ratings. Oklahoma, but in New York, there'll be a lot of people watching that if New York is in it. Ryan, you're going to be up in the New York area, huh? That city will be crazy if the Knicks are in the finals. I know taxes, right? Taxes, schmaxes. You and the Pokemon cards, low roller. Thank you, Monica. Appreciate it. Yeah, behind a lot of these profiles are individual people that all have stories. And true, you don't know what people are going through. Very true. Cynthia knows Doge is better. I think she's just all about Bitcoin and stable coins, to be honest with you. Dogecoin every day keeps the doctor away. Yep. And she's living it too, or has lived it. So, you know, there's stuff going on. Yep. I'm looking something in the 120s, Ryan. Just waiting. Fisher, you're 90% Doge. Nice. And you have a little extra to play with for something else. Anybody but Oklahoma City. Hey, you never know. They just look like the better team this year. But that's why it's a series, right? You never know who's going to win. Knicks versus Pacers. So it's about 3,000 shares that I've been swing trading. I know Brad Garlinghouse responded by saying, hit me up on X Spaces, which Senator Lummis isn't going to join Brad on an X Spaces. No. That's not going to happen. Pokemon cards will replace U.S. currency. I should, for low roller's sake, I should really go and hunt down these Pokemon cards that my kids had, and they're sitting in some crate or box somewhere. I should really find them and see if any of them are worth anything. I have no idea. Silver dollars, huh? You know, I heard Michael Jordan was going to be part of the NBC team. I mean, he's an owner. He's been watching a lot of basketball, unfortunately for Charlotte, but I don't know. I mean, guys like Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal, I mean, those guys have made a lot of money with their personalities. I don't think Jordan has that personality level. Well, we'll see. Charizard first editions. Most likely, if they had a Charizard card, it probably wasn't a first edition. And whether it's a 10 or I have no idea. They're just sitting in a crate somewhere in the house. I have no idea what condition they're in. I don't even know what's there. I never quite got to 20 cents, Knock Stars. It was close. Didn't quite get there. I've been holding one XRP. One XRP, $2.37 now for an XRP. It was up to 260. Now $2.37. I have no idea what tokenizing Pokemon cards. I would probably just sell it if they're worth anything. I should look for them. They're probably not worth anything, I'm guessing. But I mean, my kids didn't even know, right? They just were buying them and playing with them. So I have no idea. I think we have a lot of those little Pokemon figurines too. The really little ones. Got a whole mess of those. They're probably not worth anything. But the cards, yeah. I know everybody was all hyped for the Cleveland Boston Eastern Conference Finals. And instead we get the Knicks and the Pacers, right? No, I have nothing sealed. They opened everything and played with them. So I have no idea what the Pokemon cards are. But I mean, they're kind of old. We've had them for a long time. I don't know what they are. But nothing sealed. Not that I know of. When people start talking about NFTs, that's a good time to sell. I heard the Bored Apes might be coming back. I don't know. AJ Wrights Crypto bought one or two, and he's into the Bored Apes now. He's in the club. Okay. Good luck, AJ. The figurines sell on eBay and lots for quite a bit, really, Fisher. I know we have a bunch of them. Time to buy a Bored Ape. You want to be in the club, Ryan? Hey, maybe they'll come back and be worth hundreds of thousands. I think he spent like 20 grand or 22 grand for his, something like that. And now he said, last I saw, he said the floor was like 33. So 22 to 33, that's $33,000, Ryan, for a Bored Ape. Really? I can think of a lot of better things to do with $33,000. How can Pokemon be worth more than Star Wars? I know, right? I know. Fisher, I need to dig into the Pokemon stash. I definitely need to do that. I could become a Pokemon millionaire. I have no idea what there even is. I have no idea. Oh, I will look for them. What about those? Yeah, someone said the Trump. Someone was calling the Trump coin, Trump token, like the new. What did he say? The father of meme coins, or I don't know. Trump tokens. Who knows what's going to happen with those, right? It's crazy that it's there it is. up to 72, 76, almost $80, and then just hey, when it bottomed here around $8 and now up to 12, that's up 50%. It's pretty good. I don't know if this thing's going to come back or not. Trump tokens. And one day, Kriss never comes back because he buys an island from his Pokemon stash. Yeah, we talked about the Coinbase thing last week. Low roller. And I did a video on it on Saturday. So you can watch my Saturday video. It's something that happened a while ago, was the thing about it. And what got people upset was Coinbase didn't come out and talk about it until the hackers asked for a ransom. It was really more of a warning to everybody that if you get a text message or an email from Coinbase, don't click it. Do not click it. Because if you have a Coinbase account, your email address and your phone number might have been exposed and might be in the hands of hackers who then are going to try and get you to click on their links, attach your wallet, or give them more information so they can try and get into your account. So be careful out there. Coinbase is not going to send you a text message. Coinbase is not going to send you an email. Garbage pail kids. I remember those. I don't think my kids have any of those. They weren't into that. You can tokenize your car and the deed to your house. That whole tokenizing thing is probably going to be big in the future. If did the bill propose a ban on political-based memes? I haven't heard that. They can't even decide on whether they should continue buying stocks or not. Which, of course, I mean, Unusual Whales is like the biggest one tracking the public statements that, or public records that our elected officials need to report whenever they buy or sell stocks. And it's like, they always seem to buy right before something big happens, or they sell right before something big happens, and they make tons of money. Totally insider information. I do not have a Tesla car, and the car I do have is not wrapped with Doge. No. Memes are free speech. Oh, I laugh at everything I see on X. third eye wisdom. I mean, because none of it, I mean, nobody knows what the market's going to do. So it's just hilarious. I report on the Dogecoin related stuff, up or down, good or bad, because that's what I do. And I play my commentary along with it. Remember last year it was all $18 Doge that Ali was saying? It's like $18 Doge. Yeah, we talked about that on X. I didn't see anything about Vision Pulse, but I do know that, especially that guy Kareem, I blocked him a long time ago. He just won't let it go. So it's like, whatever. Whatever. Yeah, so this was what we were looking at on yesterday's live stream, was when Bitcoin was over here. I predicted that Bitcoin would go down to 102,650 or 102,680. And Bitcoin instead went up to 107 in order to take out all that short, all those big shorts there. And then it dumped to 106.5 to take out all those leverage longs. So, and I said, if someone was looking to buy Bitcoin on the dip, wait for it to hit that mark. And it did. And Doge came down to 21.5. But that 21.5 then was repeated again this morning. And so that's looking like a pretty good support line right there at 21.5. So we could see Doge come back down to 22, maybe dip to 21.9, seeing what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin decides to come back and revisit the 102s, we'll be watching for that tonight. Never click it exactly. They're not going to contact you. The best buying price for Bitcoin, that was it, 102,650. I called that yesterday. Yeah, well, I don't talk about VP anymore on this channel unless it relates directly to Dogecoin. Sort of said enough. Yeah, CDC. I can see how stock could be day traded. It really jumps up and down if you pick the right ones and have the money to play around. Yeah, it's not a day trade. It's a swing trade that I do. And sometimes it takes like a month for the swing trade to play out. But that's how I do it. I do not do day trading. But a swing trade, like a month-long swing, to make like a couple $1,000, like just on the side, sure, I'll do that. And that's what I've been doing with Megal. So just wait for it to get into my buy zone. I'll buy it again, and then we'll just be patient and wait for it to take off again, because it always does. Could take a month, could be more. Just be patient. It teaches me a lot about patience too, doing that. It teaches me patience. So I let it wait. I wait and I wait. I don't see ETH to 3,000. Doge to 27 cents. Right now, maybe 26 is the mark here. That was up here on May 10th. How far percentage away are we from that right now? About 15%. 15% to 26 cents. ETH at 25.16. See, for ETH to go up to 3,000, you think? That's a 20%. Could it do it? Yeah. 20%. I guess it was closer than I thought. Looks like heavy resistance is here at 2,800 though, where it traded throughout February, right there on the ETH chart. Yep, I need to find the cards. Yes, Matt, I need to find them. They're probably like totally worthless. I have no idea. But the kids weren't interested in them. I had to pack up the old house. I packed everything. I threw away a lot of junk, but I would not have thrown away Pokemon cards. So they're probably in a bin somewhere. But yeah, I will take a look for them. Hey, Elsie, good morning to you. Welcome. Doge just hanging. 22.4, 22.5. We had big up and downs yesterday and overnight. Big runs, up, down, up, down. Yeah, a lot of people chasing Pengu. I don't really follow it, so I don't know what it's going to do. But there is pudgy penguin stuff going on. I guess they're really big in Korea. So the Koreans are really buying it. Yeah, like I said, the Koreans are into the penguin meme. They're really buying it. Yeah, I don't really follow ETH that much yearly. I haven't really looked at it by the end of the year. I mean, I wouldn't expect it to go higher than like 4K. I'm not really bullish on ETH, but 4K would still be pretty good from here. Why doesn't Robinhood give you a total statement of monies you've invested? Total money invested. Yeah, I don't know if I think they only keep the active track of what your current investments are. Once you sell, they log that sale, but they don't keep track of your total amount invested after you sell. So, hey, Will, welcome. Yeah, Doge is just chilling around 22.5 cents. It's been there the whole stream, just kind of hanging out. After these big moves yesterday, last night, overnight, into this morning, there's kind of some big moves. See you, Vance. And Bitcoin's kind of hanging out at 105, kind of doing its thing. So I'm not expecting a lot tonight. And this week doesn't seem like, I mean, after today and this whole fear about the Moody's rating on the US dollar, I'm like, that was short-lived. I mean, even stocks ended up by the end of the day for the most part. So even that just ended up not really being a big thing. All right, gang. Hey, the dancing Doge right at the end. So that's what we got for today, guys. Doge just hanging. Again, support looks strong. So that's what we got for today. We'll be live tomorrow, probably about 4:15, 4:30. May not get on right at 4 o'clock, but I'll be here. Hope you will as well. I hope everybody has a great evening or day if it's already Tuesday, wherever you are, like our friend Aussie. We'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.